Welcome to Washington Football Week with your host, one half of that dynamic duo, Sean Spencer, and South Carolina's finest, Will Craven.
Don't play us if you're undefeated.
Where we celebrate past success while looking to a bright future. There's a youth movement in Washington, and they're ready to take the reins. Led by Fire.
Play aggressive.
It's a new day. New dawn. No longer the laughing stock. It's time to take them.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy, Sean Spencer, one half of that dynamic duo that is Let's Talk Football. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, it's Monday. It's Monday. It's draft week. It is draft week, ladies and gentlemen. So we had to come to you a little bit early. We're trying to hold in the excitement, okay? But you know what happened last year. So we're only going to build on that success. But look, I'm not alone. You absolutely know that. And you see this guy right here. South Carolina's finest, Will Craven. What up, Will?
Guy almost wanted to go into the, when you said it's Monday night, get you the dun 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 dun.
Yes. Yeah,
right?
Love it.
Right? Hey man, it's a big Monday. It's the week of the draft. Caps start their playoff push tonight, so a lot going on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. OV, let's go out on top, my friend. Let's go. And you see this guy right here. You see this guy, the guy that I backed up when I was a running back and heard in high school, the legend that still has the jersey in the locker room, my man, Mr. Ab Lowe. What up, Ab?
Thanks for having me, man. Thank you, brother. You always make me feel such at home, man. I love you, man.
Come on, you already know. Yo, and ladies and gentlemen, it's Washington Football Weekly. You know we're doing some good stuff today. Brought our brother in to talk a little draft talk. And gentlemen, I mean, look, we're back. We're back at the draft. And I got to tell you, I mean, obviously, of all the people, I'm skeptical. Okay, last year, even when we got the guy that you guys chose, okay, I want everybody to be very clear.
Yes.
I chose somebody else. Okay.
Yes,
I chose somebody else. And I still think year 2 is going to be great, but we'll get into that. But we ended up getting Jaden Daniels, and even more than that, we did so much in this draft. But talk to me about coming into it this year. I mean, last year, we kind of knew what we were going to do. But even more than that, we were so excited because this wasn't Rivera. This wasn't Snyder. This was a new regime, and they showed out last year. This year, it's kind of exciting. Even though we don't need a quarterback, but it's like, what are you guys going to do? Will, what do you think?
Yeah, it's a totally different place to be in. One, we have a starting quarterback. We have a franchise quarterback. Like, guys, we've been doing this show often for 5 years. We've never said that statement before. We had hopes. Some of us thought Taylor Heineke had some hopes. Some of us thought that Sam Howell was the truth. Some of us were just like, all these guys suck. Can you get me somebody better?
Yes, very true.
And so now it's you got yourselves the franchise cornerstone. It really is like, I'm so relaxed this week.
Yes.
Like, I was relaxed last year because we kind of knew that they were, we got enough there. I was like, it's probably gonna be Jaden. But like this, I'm just gonna be sitting back there, and if we pick on Thursday night, who knows? I'm just gonna go, okay, that's who they went with. Like, I'm not worried right now with this regime so far. So it's just a different feeling. It's a feeling of confidence, which is great.
Yes. Oh yeah. Ab, what you think, man?
Just jumping on that. I love it. I love this feeling. Like I'm not used to it. You know what I mean? So this is nice to go into a draft and like we're in a good position. I have my concerns, but no, we are in pretty much an optimal position on just trying to make this team better. I think we have just from moving on from last season, we're in a good spot. And honestly, hopefully we can move up from here.
Yeah. And look, I had a friend that is a fan of, I think, the Raiders or something, that was talking about their team and just woe is me and this and maybe this new coach and yada yada. And then I kind of was like, yeah, man, yeah, I get that. And they're like, what are you talking about? You got your quarterback, you got the owner and new coaching staff and everything. I was like, yeah, I do. I actually, yes, we're one of the contenders this year. So coming into this time, it's like, ooh, man, what can we do? You know what? Let me get this guy. Let me try to do this guy. So there's so much here. We don't know what's going to happen. We all entertain the idea to potentially trade back. We've all looked at certain people, but let's get into it. Let's go right here, right now with our first pick. But real quick before we do, I didn't get to appreciate this a year ago, but let's go ahead and appreciate a little flashback to 1 year ago at the draft.
Not back away from any challenge. As a matter of fact, he ran toward every single challenge that was put in his way at LSU, and it manifested itself not by accident in him having a season where he was number one in total QBR, number two in QBR in the pocket, number one in QBR outside the pocket. He's a guy who can just absolutely cut your heart out with.
I mean, come on now. Come on. Just so you know, it's in the intro. It's so beautiful to see it. Talk about it. That moment now, looking back on it a year later, like what are your thoughts, man?
Like it's so hard to get out of the mindset of like we got a good player, like things are going to go up from here, because we're so used to getting a good player and still being ass. And it's like honestly, we didn't know it yet. The moment, I was sitting there thinking about it today. The moment I knew we had a good team. I think it was the Monday night Cincinnati's game I still remember it when we were leading, and he threw up like he knew he was about to get hit. Like they had this one release player blitz, and he knew he was about to get hit. And he still tossed it up to Terry, and it just fell in his hands in the end zone. And it was like the most beautiful thing. Like I'm trying to tell you, I have kids, and I love them to death, and I love watching them come into this world, and I love seeing them grow every day, just growing and become little humans. That's still comparable. That throw in that pass was still comparable to my children. Watching them grow up. That's how beautiful that mug was. Okay, I almost cried. But at the same, but what I'm saying is like I'm just not used to what's coming. Like honestly, even there's a part of me now that's sitting there looking at it and like, we're gonna be ass this year. Just thinking we might be ass this year, and it's like I have to wait and see. I have to pinch myself to see if this shit is true. Like I'm just still waiting, bro. That's all.
Oh yeah. I understand. Will, come on, man. A year ago, we saw this happen, and I held back. I had my whole RG3 curse, the whole 4-13 mindset still in my head. You believed. You were singing the neck and suck that tiger. You had it. What was that moment, and then to come full circle to where we are now?
Yeah. I did believe that he was going to be a pretty good player, just almost because it was like he's coming in as a rookie. He's going to run a lot. He's not going to throw that much, and he's going to be like RG3, and he's going to at least look halfway decent, you know.
Yeah.
And then like like you said, you know, in his first game, he did a lot of running, and it was kind of like, all right, well, that's kind of what we thought. And then all of a sudden, like that Bengals game, when they just went toe to toe with the Bengals, you scored, we're going to score right back. Oh, you just punted, we're going to score. Oh, we just picked you off, we're going to score again. It was like, okay, this guy has command of the offense. And from there, it just kind of took off to where it just got really fun to watch games. You know, it was just a super exciting, fun season to where now it's like, also he's a workhorse. He's hungry. You know, he's not sitting here saying no pressure, no diamonds in the offseason. You know, he's quiet. He's working on his craft. And that's what makes me excited for him.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And everywhere he goes, mom is right behind him. So just in case any of you young ladies try to come up there and talk to my man. No. All right. I'm not saying the Juju's injury was unfortunate, but Juju was talking to him the day before. That's all we going to say. Mom is serious about her boy. So we go that. But look, let's get into it right here. The first pick of our 29th pick, 29th overall. This is where we're at. Will, come to you first. What you think?
Okay. You know, I felt bad at times for you, Sean, because we had an opportunity a couple of years ago where you got set up in a dream scenario with your quarterback from college and your wide receiver from college, and it didn't pan out. And, you know, now we're talking about another guy there's a fly in the round that has a chance to really be a difference maker for us. And we have been souring a lot on our run on Brian Robinson, and we know Eckler coming in. And, you know, I just started thinking a little bit more and more like maybe I need to be nice to Sean. Not this year.
No.
Pick. 2025 NFL Draft. The Washington Commanders select Trey Amos, cornerback, Ole Miss.
Okay. Oh, I like that.
When doing my thoughts, I went back to my original, like, all off season. Corner has been the position that I am most worried about. And I feel like they've done enough in free agency. We weren't so sure about what Lattimore did last year and how he's going to bounce back. We added Jack Jones. It's like the only corner that we added, and we let St. Juice leave. And so I just don't know if I love that room enough to say if there's one injury to St. Juice or to Sandersill or even Lattimore, or if he's struggling, do we have the personnel to step up in it? And so, yeah, Trey Amos, he's a big, 6'2", he's 195. He fits the Will mold. So that is who I am going in the first round.
Ooh, I like that. Ab, with the 29th pick in the first round. What you doing? How you feeling?
So I know we all talked about this, and we've said it before, but and I asked the rules beforehand. Guys, I asked the rules of this the selection beforehand. I said I'm adamant on picking. For our 29th pick, I think we should be traded back. Okay.
Yeah.
And I said that to you guys, and I've said it all season long. Like, that's what we do. And honestly, it's just that we only have 5 picks in this draft, and this the only thing that makes sense is to trade back. But Will told me I have to make a pick here. I have to make a pick here. All right.
Got rules. We got rules here. Come on. If I can't do incomplete, y'all got to make a pick.
So, so with guys on the board that I believe are well, Amos, fantastic pick right there.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Honestly, I'm also looking at because I do agree with you. Cornerback is it's not efficient, and honestly, Ravel from East Carolina would be a phenomenal pick here. Also, I do like Amos. I think if Ravel was there, I'd pick him over Amos, in my opinion. I also like what we did last year when we picked up Johnny Newton because of the value at he said 36, right, Will?
Yeah.
36, we picked up Newton, and he was a first round grade. And honestly, we didn't think he was going to fall there. I like what's his name? Walter Nolan. I like that also there. I think, and we've talked about this before also. Defensive line, if you give them no time, then cornerback isn't such cornerback doesn't have so much pressure on them to make plays necessarily if we bolster up the defensive line, but at the same time, it's vice versa with the cornerbacks. But I'm still not going either way with my pick, guys. I'm still not going either way. I'm going Travion Henderson for my pick.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
Honestly, guys, I think Travion, he's going to go way before, and it's going to be like a Jahmyr Gibbs pick. Honestly, we went back, and I told you when we were doing this a few years back, Jahmyr Gibbs, I had him in the second round that year, and the Lions picked him up at what, 12?
I think so.
You know what I'm saying? So honestly, I think the same thing for Henderson. I think Henderson might have a chance of going before Hampton. So, so to me, if Henderson falls to 29, we make this selection right then and there. And honestly, I've been saying it all season. Shit, I've been saying this since in the middle of last season. We need a home run hitter. We need a home run hitter. And that to me is going to take up off the pressure off of Jaden Daniels. And that's what we need is this home run hitter at running back right next to him. And honestly, this will open up the playbook immensely for Terry McLaurin, Deebo Samuels, and everything like that. I'm trying to tell you, this would make our offense redonkulous. Redonkulous. Henderson got picked, guys. That's it.
I'm glad you stuck with it. You've been sharing how much you've liked him all off season. So nice job. It's great. It's great idea.
I'm gonna add this too. I have to add this too because I'm gonna be the first one to say it. Do not be surprised if we get 2 running backs in this draft, guys. Ooh. Do not be surprised if we get 2 running backs in this.
Okay. Yeah.
I just want to say it. Okay, Will, you gave me that look when I said we go running back 1. You gave me that look at the beginning of the all season. So I just want to say this. You thought I was ridiculous then.
Yeah, let's go back to this. Let's circle back to this
in this draft.
All right. I think we all know what's coming. Year after year, there has been a color that I have worn and I have stuck with and I have believed in and I have a position in which I played. And you know what? If ever there was a time to pick a guy that came from the school I love that I actually can believe in, it would be right now. With the 29th pick, I am not picking Omarion Hampton. What we need more, I think, is edge. We talked about the defense. We got to stop the run, but we lost Dante Fowler, so we got to sit here and be able to pressure that passer. James Pierce Jr. from Tennessee, 6'5", about 240, 245, has 4.4 speed. The guy can get off the edge. The guy can set the edge, but then also get off the side. The guy is big. He's strong. He's something that we need. And if he's there at 29, I want to go that. I'm not somebody that thinks for me, I do believe running back is something we're going to get, but I also think that you have the likes of a Devin Neal, you have an RJ Harvey or Caleb Johnson a little bit later where you can get them, get the same production, get the same youth, and maybe use that. Now, if Travion Henderson is there, I would not mind who I got, okay? And if they just decided to go against me and get my guy Omarion, I wouldn't mind that at all. Obviously, I'd be shouting that to the top. But as far as if I'm looking at this, if we get a guy like James Pierce to drop, I think that that's something where I want to hit that edge so we can then move on to the second round, where I am looking along the lines of what Will was looking at. So
I like it.
Yeah,
like it. I really thought you were going Hampton. Nice job.
Had to switch it up at the last minute. Had to switch it up. All right. Well, look. Now we're going into round 2, and in round 2, I'll start. I've seen this guy fall. Don't know if he'll be there, but if he is, I think we got to get him. My guy is Benjamin Morrison, the corner from Notre Dame. Big guy, size, speed. Obviously, our buddy E.K. Holiday loves the guy. Someone that we can pair on the outside, bring in a guy that can come in there and potentially make a big difference. He played well last year. And that's something I know in the first round or 2 we got to look at. And if we trade back or something like that, we got to get more picks. We got to address that secondary. So I'm a lot in line with you, Will, getting the secondary, getting somebody in the corner or safety pick. So that's where I am. Round 2, what you think, man?
All right. So I forgot to mention in my first pick, trading back would also be beneficial if teams are looking for a quarterback in the late rounds. It's very common for teams that don't have a quarterback or looking for that quarterback to trade up into the first round to get the option of the 5th-year option for that quarterback, for a first-round quarterback. Milrow might still be there. Dart might still be there. I even seen something about Tyler Flaws.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Show, I think.
Yeah.
Show.
I didn't know who he was.
Yeah. There's even talks about him making a jump into the first round. And we've talked about this. I've said it several times. They always look for a reason to put, and I hate to say it like this, but it's just what it is, to jump a white boy into the first round, a white boy quarterback into the first round. And it just that's what they always do. And honestly, we weren't talking about these guys in the first round, but honestly, they're gaining momentum. And honestly, that's what it is. And Will Howard, where's he going? Like, you know what I'm saying? But they jumping on this guy, especially after the John Gruden interview thing. Like, he's gaining momentum.
Now hold on, Nab. Don't go too far here, because then this is the next topic right here.
No.
So don't go too far with your top. Stick right here.
Okay. Apologies. All right. I forgot that. My bad, guys. My bad. Okay.
Yo, real quick.
I didn't think that subject was there. My bad.
Yep. Will called the audible. Yo, shout out to guys watching. Eric Kelly saying, let's go. Chris, our guy Vandy Chris saying, Dart doesn't survive the top 10. The Saints are drafting him. Bank on it. Ooh, that is interesting. What's up, Anton? What's going on? Alex, he also says, trade back, get some extra picks. Appreciate you guys watching. Will, round 2, what you looking at, man?
Ab hasn't gone yet.
Did you not go? I thought, okay, go. Ab, I'm sorry.
No, I went on a tangent.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I think we addressed, and since I went Trevion Henderson in the first round, second round we go defensive line. And honestly, I'm looking at, and just like you said, Sean, we need edge. I'm going Landon Jackson. Landon Jackson.
I like that.
Yes.
I don't see him going first round. I think, and I think there might be a lot of fall in. I think a lot of first rounders fall, and I think we might, even if we have to trade up a little bit. I know that's bad, and we shouldn't be thinking about trading up right now. But even if so, Landon Jackson is one of those guys. Is worth it to get to jump on, and he would fit our defense. He'd be the missing piece for our defense, in my opinion.
He's a commander. The way he plays is the stuff that they covet.
He's unselfish, and this guy, he does the damn job. He's responsible, and I'm all about it. Get it, bro.
Love it. Yes. Yes. Now, Will, what you got?
So if we had done this at 1:00 this afternoon, Ab, we would have had the same pick. That is exactly the way I was going. But I changed mine, and I am going same position. I'm going Nick Scourton, the edge out of Texas A&M. And I'll tell you why I leaned him over Jackson and Femi Oladejo from UCLA. Those are the three I was weighing between. It's size. The reason why, so Scourton is 285 right now. He's the biggest of some of those, so he can set the edge a little bit more, along with getting some pass rush help. And I think they got frustrated with Dante Fowler's run stopping ability and the fact that he was undersized on the edge. Is why you left a double-digit sack guy out. Just say, see ya. We'll give you a small contract. And he said no. They let him walk. They haven't really done anything to replace it. And so that what made me tip the scales. And that's for you, Eric. I told you, pay attention. I got one for you. So yeah, Nick Scourton is going to be my pick in the second round.
Ooh, I love that. Yeah, see that's something. Yeah, I would like to go in that direction. But look, let's go into what Ab tried to allude to. Ab, we'll come back to you.
Yeah,
should the Commanders trade back in 29? We know how you feel. Let us know how we get this done.
Like I said before earlier, I said this before, we need more picks. We only have 5 picks. And honestly, this is optimal because honestly, there's teams that are going to Giants. I see Pittsburgh may not get their quarterback in the first round, but you want Giants or Cleveland to try and trade up because they're at the beginning of the second round. You want to move back, but you're not trying to move back to the middle. You know what I mean? And so to me, you Cleveland, I want to say has like an extra second, maybe. I'm not positive. So those are the team, and the Giants. And you don't want to trade with the Giants, but honestly, Giants we might have to overcharge them to try and get their quarterback in the first round. But we're talking about Dart. We're talking about Shador's about to slide. Looks like he might slide. Slow, Howard. There's quarterbacks there, guys, that may be available at the end of the first round. And honestly, we're the perfect team to trade back with. And that's all I can see right now. And it should be done. If this is not the first thing that we're considering, like this is the first thing that we should consider. And then just like Will said, if there's a can't miss guy at 29, then that's when we should be like, maybe we should consider this guy because he has at 29. I think we're looking at game changers, got an automatic starter, and that's essentially what we need. We shouldn't be going to this draft looking at looking at need. We should not be looking at need. We should be looking at starters. Like we need starters for this team, and that's how we should be moving. And because this is a starter draft, I said this to you guys in our chats, this is a starter draft, and that's what we need is starters. So as many starters as we can get, because we did very well with that last year, getting starters, contributing players. So that's what I'm looking for, gentlemen.
Yeah, well, it's not just quarterbacks. That obviously is the easy one, and you named all some perfect names. But what if Omarion Hampton's there at 29, and the team is saying, this could put us over the edge. We could use this guy. What if a offensive tackle like Josh Simmons is there, and someone is like, you know what, he would make us a better right tackle than what we got, and they want to jump in, and go after him. So I think. I think it would be ideal because the part you said is most important is 5 picks overall. Not only that, we go from 61 to 128. That is a long time to wait to get your next players. And I just can't see Adam Peters being okay with that. that knowing that we still have holes. We've named both of us. We've named running back, corner, and edge are the positions that we've said need to get addressed early. And maybe the running back position could be addressed later, but some of those others, if you don't get them by the second round, by the third round, are you getting a contributing player like you said we did last year? So I'm with you. I think I'm actually going into the situation thinking we aren't picking Thursday night, and that would be great if that happens.
Well, oh yeah, yeah. I'm piggybacking on everything you guys are saying. Honestly, if I'm Adam Peters, if I'm Harris, if I'm these guys, or even Quinn and these guys in house, I would be hitting up every other team, and it'd be indiscriminate if it wasn't Giants. Now I would agree with you, Ab. I would be like, well, if you want to work with us, we don't have to raise this up. There's a tax. There's a tariff on your pick to bring up what's going on now. But honestly, I would be talking to teams left and right. What you looking for? What you need? Like, what can we do? Because that 29th pick, to your point, none of us had the same. A lot of people we know could potentially drop. We could be there, and we'll discuss a little later if somebody does drop to that place in that scenario. Okay, we'll make that move. But right now, I'm with both you guys. Let's get more picks, especially with how we know they pick. Let's give them more opportunities to succeed. I mean, I think it says it right there, and I think to your point, Ab, we were all leaning towards this, and we'll see if they end up doing that. But yeah, just like you said, Will, if we don't pick Thursday night, I'm good. I'm good because we know they got something better in mind.
Yep.
So, yeah. What's up, Ab? You have something?
No, just I think a lot of players fall, so we need to get starters, and there's going to be a lot of first round grades in the second round. So I think that would be more beneficial than just one really good player at 29. Said it before, but yeah, you guys are exactly what you guys said.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So all right, look. We're going to take a quick breather before we come back to you and talk about some more draft talk. Got to shout out our guy in 1/4 of this team that joined us when we first started the show, Mr. Anton Benton, creator of Awesome Artisans. Definitely stay tuned. Does good stuff. We'll be right back. Yeah, buddy, that is our guy Anton Benton, creator of Awesome Artisans. You can find that on Instagram, awesome_artisans, also on Facebook. Definitely get in touch with him. He lives in the Virginia Beach area, travels up and down the East Coast and to the Midwest. So definitely get at him. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Washington Football Weekly, the off-season edition. You see my guy, South Carolina's finest, Will Kramer, and yeah, the Black Superman, my dude, Ab Low in the building, and we talking draft talk. We getting in here talking about potentially trading a pick or just going ahead and getting as many North Carolina guys as we possibly can, because that's what Will and Ab definitely want. More North Carolina guys, because we know how amazing they are. Let's just say that, all right? Yo, we got to move on. Let's move on down the list. We talked about our first and second round picks and if we trade back. Let's go deeper. Let's go a little bit deeper and see who is somebody that nobody is talking about. I have a feeling I know one of Ab's guys because he's talked to us about it a couple times. But, hey, Will, so I'm going to let you go first on this one. Who's your sleeper pick?
Okay, I'm going to name 3. One is in like the 4th round. The other 2 are round 7. Okay. We've all said his name. Sean, you said it. I'm actually shocked that you say it. But if we are to go wide receiver, one of the wide receivers I hope we get is Ty Felton out of Maryland. I think he would bring a whole list of speed and some height and be a weapon for us. I think would be if we're sitting there at the 128, I think he'd be a great selection if he's there. My sleeper picks are not meant to be starters. These guys are meant to be your special team stalwarts, but they're going to be the ones the fans love. These guys. They're going to be the replacement next year or after that for Nick Bellore. I'm going, and I told you guys, every year I find somebody out of Wisconsin that I really like. I'm going safety Hunter Wohler from Wisconsin. He's not the fastest. He hits hard, and I believe he would be a special team stalwart from the very get-go because he's going to be all heart out there. And he's going to be the type of guy that's going to sprint down as hard as he can and make a tackle. So you wait and see. If we get him on the team in the 7th round, this guy's going to be making plays in August like crazy. He's going to be your favorite preseason guy. The other one, this guy, I actually thought he was changing positions, but maybe I was wrong or maybe it's because based on the college scheme, what he played. But I think another special team standout is going to be Dan Jackson out of the University of Georgia.
Yes, I agree with that.
Again, not a fast guy. He can't go sideline to sideline, so he's not going to take over for Quan Martin, but he's going to give you all heart on those as a gunner, and he is going to be one of those guys that is like a locker room leader, an inspired player, and so those are sleeper solid players for me that I'm seeing.
Oh, I like that. Ad, what you think, man?
Well, I don't know all of them that he said, but I think Will did. He picked some good players. After looking, before I make any judgments on his stuff, like I would have to do my research or anything like that. But my sleeper, ever since we talked about running back, by Shaw Tutton.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say his name right?
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Okay.
The guy from Virginia Tech, right? Yeah.
His slightest step, gentlemen. Like I'm trying to tell you, like honestly, like the movement of his feet is what's necessary in this game. He's fast, he's quick, and honestly, that's my sleeper. To me, if we don't get Travion Henderson, then I think that's who we target for our running back. And that's why I said that if we get 2 running backs, because Commanders have shown interest in both of these running backs. Mm-hmm. So I'm all about that. These quick guys, these guys that can take it to the house at any given time. And honestly, that is what we need in this offense. I've been saying it so long, and it just I'm trying to tell you, if they pick either 2 of these guys, y'all can't say shit to me. I'm just gonna be like, I'm on some I told you so shit. Like it's just
you need to buy a jersey. If Tootin gets selected, you got to get his jersey.
Oh, it's gonna be too nice, man. It's gonna be too nice. I'm gonna just say this last one. He's not so much as a sleeper because he's expected off the board, maybe day 2. Tight end Arroyo. I've been mentioning him for a while too, guys. He doesn't have all the production, I guess, but I was watching his like senior day and his practice, and just the way he was coming off the ball, the way he was making these cuts, these jerks. This guy's got it, guys. Honestly, and if we can pick him up in the 2nd round, maybe even better 3rd round, early 3rd, that's the move to make.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
mm-hmm.
I like that.
What's kind of interesting about him, he blew up at the Senior Bowl, I think it was, is hearing more about it, and essentially he's still kind of raw, and he's a offensive weapon, but he's not exactly developed as an overall tight end and a blocker, and that can be to a team's advantage if he falls. Because like you said, you're getting somebody like that can do what Zach Ertz does in the passing game that needs to learn, and so he can be used, not as heavily, but he can be a weapon and he may be available. So yeah, no, he is an intriguing player.
Mm-hmm. And we have a tight end / coach right there as Ertz right there to teach him all this what he needs to become a pro at the next level.
Mm-hmm. And we have 2 blockers already. Who's the next guy to take over as a pass catcher? Because Lord knows what's his name, Cole Turner ain't doing it.
No. Yeah. For me, so for me, I went 2 wide receivers and a lineman. I had to add one of those linemen in there. Yes. As far as my lineman, Willie Lampkin, the guy from North Carolina, center, guard, interior O-lineman. Don't like the size. He's smaller at 5'11", 270, but tenacious on the inside. He had what's it called? It's a sleeper. Why are y'all looking at me all funny?
He's a center at 270, Sean. How is he going to block a 330-pound lineman?
It's not about the size.
5'11".
It's not about. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait 1 second. Wasn't London Fletcher 5'11"? Wasn't he shorter than that? I'm telling you, it's not about the size. It's about the heart, ladies and gentlemen. The heart. It's a sleeper.
270 pounds.
Yes. He's tenacious. Yes. Mark my words, gentlemen. North Carolina, and I'm not just saying because it's Carolina. The guy is tenacious. Guy had 30. He's first a 3-year starter at Coastal Carolina. 38 starts, then 2-year starter when he came to North Carolina, blocked 2 years in front of Hampton, where he averaged, I had at least 1,500 yards each year, blocked for Drake May. The guy is durable, stays on the field. I mean, come on. I'm not talking about a starter. Let this guy come in, back up, learn, work on the line. Yeah, y'all ain't gonna come at me for my daggone guys. I didn't pick Omarion Hampton. I'm gonna pick my Tar Heel. He's gonna mark my words. He's gonna be all right. All right. He's gonna be all right. My other 2 guys are, one of them is wide receiver Alec Ao Menor out of Stanford, 6'2", 210, a bigger guy, Canadian-born guy. I've seen him, and obviously Stanford came into the ACC, but the game that I remember the most is when they played up against Colorado, and he caught like 14 balls for over 200 yards on Travis Hunter, including, I believe, the game winner on him. He's one of those guys that goes under the radar a lot because there's not a lot of attention on Stanford, but also because of the fact that he hadn't had a real competent quarterback, not a consistent quarterback. I mean, so I think you put him in the right system, especially with us, where he'd be at number 3, good size in the middle, so he can potentially go up and get jump balls. Loved him out there. And then obviously you guys already know Nick Nash, San Jose State, 6'3", 195, 4.5 speed. I don't know why this guy is dropping, but the guy's got talent. The guy's got speed. And the fact that we're not going to need him to be our number 1, I think only benefits him. You see a lot of these teams now that are getting that 3rd wide receiver, and he's becoming really dominant. And I think Nick Nash could be that if he's still available when we're looking to pick. We've all talked about needing another wide receiver. So that's what I think. Yeah, what you think, Will?
I like it. I do like those receiver selections. And I'm going to take back a little bit of my harshness on you. Apparently, Willie Lampkin is 290 pounds.
Hey, okay.
So now
right.
I feel a little bit better about you bringing up an undrafted free agent that we can sign afterwards and give him a chance to make the practice squad. Sure, I'm good with that.
Mark my words, gentlemen.
270 pounds would have me really
Mark my words.
Let me ask. Is he still 5'11" though?
Listen. Don't worry about if he's short, okay? The man is ready. The man is ready, all right? Don't worry about it. Mark my words.
Did he block for Sam Howell?
No, he blocked for Drake May. And
that would make sense. Wasn't Sam was a little bit shorter?
Oh, short, yeah. Sam was short.
So that would make sense why he had a 5'11" center, but he didn't. Yeah. All right. Sure.
You know what? Y'all ain't gonna dog me on my daggone sleeper pick. It's called sleeper, all right? And y'all are asleep.
I mean, I picked 2 corn-fed white boys, so come on.
Oh man. All right, look, let's move on. We got one more thing. We got to talk about it. We all know who we're looking to pick, or if we're trading back, or who's a sleeper. But if we had this pick, if we had the dream pick, if somebody truly fell to us and you were just like, what? And you ran to the podium, who would that pick be? Will, I'm going to come to you first.
Yep. I'm actually really surprised that this guy's starting to. They're talking about him falling potentially. I thought he was top 10 and then maybe top 15 all the time. So how this is being brought up, I don't understand. Michael Williams from the University of Georgia.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I went in my mock. I went corner first because I felt like there was a big drop off after first round corners. Whereas, as we've mentioned a lot of edge players in the second round, I feel edge has a lot more players in this draft and guys that you could get a quality starter in the second round, where I'm not so sure at 61 you're going to get a quality corner. But Williams would be the guy. He is a little bit less than Scourton in size, but he's still 265. He's coming off the injury, and I don't think we would need him to start day one and play all 3 downs. So I think they would be able to let him work on that. And I'm sure by the time the season starts, he's healthy again. But he just seems like a game wrecker on the edge, which Dan Quinn said, he's like, we got to get after the quarterback. And I think he'd be able to do it. So if he were to be there, I would say, forget corner. We'll figure something out. Go get him.
I love that. What you thinking, man?
I'm thinking linebacker. Honestly, I'm thinking linebacker. For some reason, if it's between Jalon Walker and Jahad Campbell, dude, if one of them fell all the way to us, then I'd throw away the plans. Okay, as much as I love drafting at a position of because I don't even want to say we have needs, but bigger needs than others. If linebacker fell, honestly, while we have one of the best linebackers that there ever was, we draft one of the best linebackers in this draft, so that he can be coached up by this man. And if there is a fall off for our linebacker, then they can just come in and take over. And honestly, we want that tandem of what's it? I forget his name. Why did I forget his name? The other linebacker. I'm sorry, from Carolina.
Luvu,
yeah. The tag team with Luvu and Campbell, I would love that. That's just dumb right there, guys. Honestly, I'd be juicing over it. Okay.
Would you be Ab? Would you be moist over it?
I might be moist. I might be moist for that.
Yeah. I mean, if you can think, Campbell could come and be that Micah Parsons role. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Oh yeah. And for me, if this person fell, I've talked to you guys about it. I thought that maybe his injury, then the fact that he didn't play last year or most of last year, was going to drop him, but I've seen him still pretty much going higher, and that's Will Johnson. Pairing him with Mikey Samerstill for me is a no-brainer. I mean, we're looking to improve our secondary. We already know what kind of an impact Samerstill has essentially alone. Pair him with somebody that knows him, that they can both kind of play off of each other, and then kind of incorporate that defense, man. And then to stay young with it, that is what I want. You talk about getting smart guys, getting leaders. These are 2 guys that were leaders, Samerstill and Will Johnson at Michigan. And let's bring that in-house. Let's bring that championship pedigree in-house, so we know these are guys that know what it takes to get there. So if we somehow are able, he drops and gets really truly drops. I even get to the point when you guys said that should we trade back, he's somebody that I'd be like, if he drops down into the 20s, I'd consider it. I consider trade depending on what it's going to take. I ain't trying to give up an arm and a leg, but I mean, I would consider it because I just think he's one of those type of guys that you have pedigree, you have skill, and if we get him back at 100% health and with his guys, man, all day. I would love that. So
Yeah, he'd be great.
So that is where we are. So look, ladies and gentlemen, the draft is literally 3 days away. At this point on Thursday, we will be talking draft talk. Eric Kelly said Will Johnson agreed. Tyler Warren, if he fell. Yeah, we've all talked about that. Yeah. Eddie Lyman, Aston Genty, running back, if he fell. I mean, let me ask you all this. So one of the things I thought, obviously, you know how my mock's 53-man roster goes, 14 linemen. You look at guys like a Kelvin Banks. You look at guys like the guy from Missouri, Armand Membo. If they were to drop, would there be and I don't think they would, unless something like a Laramie Tencel thing came out where he's smoking the bong that, and they get the video. They're not dropping to 29. But if they were to drop into the late teens and 20s, maybe not at tackle, but at guard, would you consider any of those guys? Or, I mean, again, it's not a need, but to solidify that line and protect the investment, what do you guys think?
Go for it.
You said a guard?
Yeah.
You said a guard?
Yeah.
Not a guard, no. I don't see guard coming off the board. I think teens is a little rich for guards for this draft.
Yeah.
I don't see guards coming off the board. And my first guard coming off the board would be either Ratledge?
Rutledge. Oh, from Georgia.
Booker.
Yeah, and I don't see either of them coming off until late first round.
Yeah. Was the same thing for a tackle, or like it was Graham or
tackle? I mean, it depends if it's one of them ones that are like early teens tackles, like Kevin, like Banks. Yeah, but I don't see that happening. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like not even in my brain. But you said guard, so I was like, nah, like guard, not. But I like honestly, I think all the tackles are off the board by
they'll be
16,
going
maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they'll be going early.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't want to trade up for someone like an offensive lineman, but I think it'd be interesting if we traded back. Or even if at 29, if they went after a Josh Connerly from Oregon or a Josh Simmons from Ohio State, especially Simmons was projected to be top 10 before he had his injury, where I don't love the idea of just moving Coleman from left tackle to right tackle. I kind of feel like there was enough talk last year about this guy being able to play inside or outside that if you were to put Tunsil and Coleman next to each other, I really like that idea of that left side being really powerful. And if you were to draft a tackle to play on the right side and let what's his name, Wiley be the right guard until Sam Cosmi's ready, since he played that in Kansas City, I think that's a stronger offensive line than putting Coleman on the right side, keeping Allegretti there, that type of stuff. So I wouldn't hate it, but I kind of feel like from hearing them say they want Coleman he gets first crack at winning the right tackle job. I don't know if that's where they're going to go, but I think that would be an interesting scenario if it happened.
Yeah. And a lot of what we've gone on with these guys is their tendency, and that's not something that they've been who knows if they would do that, but it seems like they're more along the lines of kind of what we're talking about. Either if the right guy's there, get them. If not, let's build more picks. Let's get more picks. Let's work on the future. And they're playing chess and everybody's playing checkers. And it feels so good that our team is the one that's doing that. Yes. That other teams are like, oh, man, you see what Washington's over there doing? Man, wish we can do that. Oh, man.
I'm disappointed that Anthony is only saying hello now. I just shouted out a Georgia guy about 10 minutes.
Right.
You missed it.
And so did Ab.
You and Colin.
Come on. We tried to shout y'all out. You ain't come on, brother. Just got out the gym. Yeah.
We had so much hate throughout the fall and in the offseason, how Georgia has nothing but DUIs all over the place. We tried to give your boy some love, and you're not here to hear it.
Woo! Nothing like the SEC. Let's go. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, the NFL draft, like I said, is 3 days away. Let's Talk Football will be on that night, 4 hours. We're going to be trying to go. Janae and I will start off the show, just previewing the draft the night. And then different people from different shows will be coming on. At one point, the ladies' show will take over and run it, maybe in the round table. Maybe Washington Football Weekly. If we're available, we'll try to run on here and do it. And we just want y'all to come in here and join us. If you have a team and you want to talk about the pick, definitely hit us up. Come join. Hop on there. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a marathon. I already got a pillow in my room under my chair. I got my water bottle. I might wear one of those packs that you wear when you ride your bike that has the water thing right there. And just kind of, here we go. Hour 3, baby. Hour 3. I've done it once, and it is a woof. It is rough. So thankfully now I have other people that can do it. The first time I did it, it was just me, Nick, and Delilah. And having to hold it for like 20 picks is not good, especially not as an older adult. No. Can't do that.
Oh, not at all.
Oh man, you are not helping.
I try to be nice, Anthony. I'm normally mean towards Georgia. I try to be nice tonight.
And even Eric Kelly said, in fact, he shouted out Anthony 2 times. Yep, absolutely. Yo, real quick, shout out to our guy, Alec Schomburg, Quack, our Oregon Ducks fan, overseas, on the ship, or in the Navy. Can't tell us where he's at, but we know he's out there, man. Glad you're watching. Hope all is well, man. Get home safe, my guy. Now, we are done, and we are about to get out of here. But before we do, I did want to do 2 things. It is such a positive and exciting show. I didn't want to start off this way, but, we're here, man, and we got to pay homage. We got to do this. So, number one, since we are talking draft, we got to talk college. We have to pay our respects and just keep our prayers up for all those that were affected by what happened at Florida State. Obviously with the shooting and all that, you never want to hear any of this type of stuff, but when you hear it, your heart just goes out to all those affected. And in fact, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the people there were some students that were enrolled at Florida State that were also involved in that whole Parkland shooting, which was 7 some odd years ago. So, I mean, you just talk about PTSD and all that stuff they're going through. So prayers out to them. And also, and I'm not a Catholic or anything, but this is definitely a huge figure. Pope Francis passed away. So one day after he was seen, doing the Easter blessing and everything like that, he passed away. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't know anything about him. I've always just looked at the Pope as, respected him as a public figure and kept it moving. He was apparently a Pope that really kind of tried to reach out closer to those that are in need, those in poverty, those that, are struggling. He wasn't one of the ones that tried to, have all the pompous, the nice place. He actually was like, I'm going to eat with the common man. I'm going to refill, heat my stuff. Like, he was just tried to be as much of a common man as he personally can. And when you have somebody like the Pope, who is supposed to be a direct connection or the close image to what Christ represented, that's who Christ was. And not going to get biblical or anything, but Christ was one who hung out with those who were less fortunate, those who were outcasted by society, those who were in need. And that's what I think he tries to get us to do. Reach out to be there for those that are in need, be the bigger person, try to understand the bigger picture in all of this. So with that, I will say we are going to head out of here. And hey, tell somebody you love them, hug them, high five them, shout, cheer, whatever. If you're a Cowboys fan, boo them. You know how we do. We're still Washington Football Weekly here. But look, anytime I get to hang out with these guys, it's a brighter day. So for my guy right there, Will Kramer, South Carolina's finest, and you see, did I go a whole show without freezing and I just froze right there at the end?
It did.
My goodness. All right, we got to get out of here. Somebody's telling me I got to go. For my guy Will Kramer, you see him out below. It's your boy Sean Spencer. We will see y'all on the flip side. And even though my buddy don't like it, we still rocking those left hand up because you know how they do.
Gibbs, you got a good chance. Let me tell you something about some good fans. Back in the day, RFK was our palace. If you don't know, you need